On November the 24th, 2017, Ralo dropped his Plugged In with the Cartel mixtape with DJ Cutthroat, a mixtape title which may or may not have been low-key self-snitching, but anyway. It featured a track with a Young Thug called Red Dot, as well as the track I Made Myself a Boss, which came with a music video where Ralo shows off a whole lot of money on a private jet. Then, on December the 3rd, 2017, Ralo would post one of the biggest piles of cash yet, along with a bold caption where he claims to pay his taxes so that he can post this kind of picture. Oh Ralo, if only it was that easy. On December the 5th, 2017, Ralo would drop one of the biggest songs of his career, a track with Lil Baby called Lil Cali in Pakistan, named after the apartment complex he runs his drug empire out of. This would go on to be one of his most popular songs ever, racking up a whopping 23 million views on YouTube. And the music video featured Ralo and Baby posing next to another enormous pile of cash. Ralo would be seen on his social media hanging out with Lil Baby's 4PF crew while the shoot was going on, but little did Ralo know that his good times would soon be coming to an end. Of course, he would obliviously or recklessly continue posting images on private jets with huge amounts of money, and posing in front of exotic cars with huge loads of money, and on the phone with huge piles of money. But little did Ralo know, however, that during this time he was slipping up on numerous fronts. Because on December the 18th, 2017, Ralo and a group of 10 fam goons boarded a flight from Fulton County Airport to Sacramento, California. However, what they didn't realize was that the feds had been watching Famerica this whole time, and a subsequent indictment would reveal that surveillance teams made up of the ATF, FBI, and Georgia State Patrol would be tracking Ralo and waiting for his jet to return. And then, on December the 22nd, 2017, apparently after returning to Fulton County Airport on a private jet, Ralo's team would be spotted unloading 37 packages from the plane after insisting that the flight crew do not help move them. The cops would then let Ralo and Famerica leave the airport, but soon after, that van containing the 37 packages is stopped by authorities after driving a significant distance in the dark with no lights on. Turns out that van was registered to Ralo's address, and when the cops approached the van, they noted a strong odor of marijuana. Looking inside, they would find 520 pounds of weed worth an alleged $1 million. Ralo himself isn't actually there at this point, but all of his goons are caught in possession of drugs and matching Famerica merch in nearly every bag in the vehicle. Oh, and just for good measure, Ralo's personal ID was also found in a bag next to all of the bags full of weed. The bust in itself is insane, but what's more crazy is what happened next. Because Ralo wasn't in the van that got pulled over, and for the time being, he would get away. But instead of lay low and keep his big mouth shut, just the very next day, Ralo would post an image to Instagram along with a caption saying that he just lost $1 million in one go, referring directly to the $1 million in weed that the feds had just seized from the fam goons van. I mean, how dumb can you get, really? This post would of course be seen by the cops, who would later quote it in an indictment as proof that Ralo had been the beneficiary of the $1 million in smuggled kush that had been seized. But to make matters worse, cops also claimed to have found a clip on Ralo's Instagram from the day before the bust showing him getting onto the private jet surrounded by his Famerica-clad goons wearing the merch that was found in the bags in the van. With this being a reference to a promo video for his trending freestyle filmed on the plane runway only days before. But clearly not discouraged by the heat of the authorities' attention, Ralo would immediately go back to Atlanta, splashing out on luxury vehicles as gifts for his friends and family.
Where you at? Oh, well, okay. I'm ready to say. I'm about to get ready to say. I'm about to run over. That was your okay. Turn up on it.
With this followed by another Instagram post where Ralo would brag about owning every house on his street. Ralo would also take to the internet to prove that his $100,000 diamond grill is real diamonds.
Pull up on Bird.
Hey man, this shit real, nigga. We ain't faking on y'all niggas. Guinness Book of World Records, nigga. Pick any diamond in my nigga Ralo mouth, nigga. This shit certified. Cartel shit. Plugged in with the cartel. You goes from the left side to the right side.
However, on December the 30th, 2017, Ralo would post an old picture of himself on a plane with the table full of money again. But this time, something's different. Because this post came with a caption where Ralo says that he's done with all of this flashy stuff and asks, what's next? Perhaps Ralo knew that his days on the streets were numbered, and this post was a last-minute attempt to change direction and protect himself from an eventual downfall. Or perhaps he truly had made so much money and brought everything he could possibly want, he was truly looking for a new challenge. Or perhaps he knew that deep down, the jewelry, cars, money, and planes were over. Because the unfortunate answer to the question, what's next for Ralo, would end up being, rather predictably, prison.